Reading the Tarot, the essentials. Anyone and everyone can master the art of tarot. All that is required is an inquiring mind and a willingness to learn. When you place a tarot deck in your hand for the first time, you begin a profoundly personal journey. For some people, tarot decks are collector's items, while others use them as instruments to find answers to humanity's deepest questions and as tools for achieving a better understanding of themselves and those around them. Across the world and for thousands of years, the divinatory arts, the practice of looking into the future, have held a special place in human culture. Once the preserve of shamans and priestesses, tools like the tarot are no longer just used by a select few. We can all pick up the cards and begin reading. And Taro is not only about predicting the future, it is also about looking for answers. When it comes to using Taro, you will ask a question and choose a spread, then lay out and interpret the cards. Certain questions lead to what is to come, while others are aimed at looking within ourselves or gaining specific advice. You can see a spread of cards as a story, the subject of which depends on the question you ask. You will decide how to use the tarot according to numerous factors, like your personal beliefs and inspirations, or just your mood at the time. Tarot is extremely personal, and as a result, becomes many different things to different people. We will guide you through every stage of your journey to achieving confidence in the art of tarot. Learning to read the tarot for yourself and others is a process which can be divided into 6 essential components. 1. The meanings. Each tarot card, also called an arcanum, is packed with symbols and meaning. You will soon learn the essential meanings and keywords for each card and how to interpret them. 2. The spreads. The meanings of the arcana are generally not interpreted on their own. Typically, you will place the cards in a spread, a particular sequence and layout in which they relate to one another, depending on their position. In this way, tarot tells a story, one which changes every time the cards are laid out. 3. The questions. It is helpful for the person receiving a reading to have a specific inquiry in mind. You can then interpret the cards in a way that relates to the question. If no question has been posed, it is up to you how to interpret the story in the cards. 4. The techniques. There are endless ways to interpret the tarot, and many techniques you can use to help you. You will learn a variety of strategies for looking at the cards, meanings the spreads chosen, and the questions asked to master methods that speak to you. Over the course of the series, you will learn how to employ all of these techniques. 5. The decks. Each tarot deck is different. Even 2 apparently identical copies of the same pack will contain different energies based on who owns them. You will develop a personal connection to your own collection of decks as you use them and grow familiar with them. 6. Your intuition. Once all the elements are in place, you will need to rely on your own intuition and sensitivity to interpret the cards. Over time, you will also develop the ability to bring together the meanings, spreads, techniques, and questions to find an answer that is more than the simple sum of the cards. An important step in learning how to read the cards is gaining confidence with them. Each handling will connect you to them as they absorb the movements of your hands, the imprints of your fingers, and your spiritual energy. Even if you have never looked through a tarot deck before, you will find the cards packed with familiar images thanks to the archetypal nature of tarot. They will evoke memories, stir mental associations, and stimulate your imagination. Glance over your cards one by one, perhaps describing them out loud, allowing your imagination to run free. Keeping it simple. You could start your tarot practice by simply asking a question, then flipping a card and seeing what happens. If you don't know what to ask, here's a great question to start you off. What can the cards show me today? Now, shuffle the deck and choose a card at random. Turn it over and look at it, allowing your intuition to guide you. What possible meanings does the image suggest? Look up the various meanings of the card in the Arcana reference and choose the one that feels most suitable. Ask a few more questions before you end your reading. What have I learned? What new meanings have come to mind? What cards have been the most difficult to interpret? The answers to these questions will help you to start developing your relationship with tarot. Until the next time, farewell.